What's up, y'all? It's your girl D, and I'm back with another video for y'all. So today's video, and before we get into it, I want to address my absence. So I've been gone for a month now, but with this video, y'all are really gonna see like the stuff that I've been doing. I've been trying to get more into editing and seeing what I can do to make my videos better so that my channel can grow some more. So with this video, I hope that it's apparent to y'all and y'all just really take in what I'm saying in this video, because this video, I feel like it can help a lot of people if you're struggling with friendships or whatever. So yeah, let's get into it. So with this video, we're going to be talking about friendships. I know how hard it is for some people to make friends outside of school and work, because I mean, if you're not a very social person, you're kind of stuck out. So that's the kind of person I am. And so with this video, I hope that there are people who watch this and can kind of help me out, one, and two, it lets other people know you're not alone in this, because I'm friendless too, y'all. So we're gonna talk about how I met my college friends. And I'm talking about my college friends because my high school friends, I still talk to some of them. I have my best friend, we've been friends since middle school, and then my other friend, we've been friends off and on since middle school. We're kind of getting to that off but going on phase, and that's about it. So we're gonna talk about the friends from college, and those girls we're gonna call, it was four of us. So we're gonna call the first one Nacho, the second one Kim, and the third one Adam, and then it's me. And so I met these girls before I actually went to college. I went to college in Pennsylvania, and in high school you apply for colleges, you try to figure out, you're let known which one you're accepted to way before you even go. So I already knew what college I was going to, and so I started trying to find people that I was going to school with. And so the college that I went to, they had a freshman page. And that school, basically all the freshmen, you sent them pictures, you put your little bio thingy or whatever you wanted to talk about, and they put it for the caption. And if people wanted to be a friend, they either followed you or they DM'd you or something like that. And so it was a couple girls that went. I think Nacho, she DM'd me, and then I actually didn't speak to Kim. I met Kim through Nacho, but for some reason I was closer. Well, I was close enough to both of them, but I feel like I was closer to Kim than I was to Nacho, just because I spent more time with her. But yeah, so I met all of them on that little page. It was a big I met more people, but those are the three that I stuck with. And so on that page, we all DM'd each other, made a group chat, we all talked, got to know each other, because we're going to be in school for the next 4 years, living in the same place for the next 4 years. So we wanted to get to know each other and all this stuff. Made a big group chat, everybody split it into their own little groups or whatever, and I stuck with Kim, Nacho, and Adam. And so everything was cool. Our first semester, you getting to know college, you're getting to know the people you're with, and I think with them I clicked automatically with them. And so Adam, she made other friends, and she tried to bring those other friends into the group. And there was one girl named Elle. I'm gonna call her Elle. Elle did not like me, and I don't know why, y'all. I do not know why Elle did not like me. It even ended in this whole confrontation type thing with me and her, where I'm literally asking her what's your issue with me? You have a problem with me. You're not telling me what your problem is with me. You're just talking. And so she's still she trying to fight me. I'm like, you're trying to fight me for what? You can't even tell me why you don't like me. So I mean, what's all this for? What really is it? Because I'm confused. Literally, I think out of everybody in that whole group, I was the one who's trying to include her the most, and she did not like me. It just wasn't clicking for me. I told her, because I wasn't even trying to be on no oh, these are my friends, not your friends, I told her, look, you don't have to talk to me. We don't have to be friends. But I'm not saying you can't hang out with them, or we can't just be cordial a little hey or whatever. We could be in the same area, same room. We could sit at the same table. It doesn't have to be no beef. She just did not want that. So she just completely removed herself. She stopped talking to all of us. It was what it was. I couldn't help the girl. She couldn't help herself. That's all I could do. And so we stopped talking to her, so then it ended up being just for us four again. And so we stopped talking to Adam. We stopped talking to Adam. Well, I brought it up first because Adam, she was always weirdly aggressive to me. Like, this girl would like bring out knives. She would tell me how she had dreams where she was poking me with knives and pouring juice on me because I went to her room. Like, you having dreams about harming somebody you're supposed to be friends with, like, that's crazy to me or whatever. And she was always really aggressive with me. And so I guess, like, when I said I didn't want to be friends with her no more, it was also because she was weird about guys. Like, she had a whole situation back home, then she had to do it on campus, and then it was like, you know, I was talking to this one guy, but she was always making it a point to kind of like, you know, be extra flirty with him. And me, I'm big on girl code. I don't do none of that stuff, especially with my friends. So you're trying to, you know, get at a dude that you know I'm talking to? Nah. And so I told, like, I don't want to be friends no more. You're weird. You do weird stuff. It's wraps for me. And so when I said that, everybody else was like, yeah, I don't like how she do this. I don't like how she do that. This is weird. This is weird. This is weird. And so everybody just kind of cut it with her. And so it ended up being just us three. After it became just us three, first Nacho started acting weird to me. I don't know why, but like we was all cool for a little minute, and then Nacho started being weird because I started hanging out with this other girl. I don't remember where I met her from or whatever. Or I think, I do. She was hanging out with Nacho and them. And first of all, ain't nobody tell me nothing. They was offering to go somewhere. Ain't nobody tell me nothing or none of that. I just go to their room because that's where I was always going. Like, after classes, I was just going to chill with my friends. I walk in there, I'm like, who are these bitches? They chilling. They all in there making plans to go somewhere. So that's how I met the other girl I was hanging out with. Me and the other girl, I guess we clicked too. We started hanging out and stuff. We started just walking around, chilling with each other or whatever. And I guess, I don't know if Nacho didn't like that or whatever, or maybe she didn't feel included or something like that. But she started being weird to me. And it became like even weirder because I would always ask her like, hey, do you want to come here with me? Do you want to do this with me? Do you want to do that with me? She always declined it. So I would be like, okay, I'm going to go with my other friend. And she would see me with the other girl, and she had a problem with that. But it's like, I asked you, you told me no, I don't want to do it myself. So I'm like, I'm going to ask my other friend. Nacho had an issue with that. She kind of just stopped talking to me. And so I went and I asked her, I'm like, you know, what's your issue? Like, you are being weird. You have a problem. I haven't done nothing to you. Or at least I think. She was like, oh, you're hanging out with this other girl. You're not including me in nothing. You doing all this. You basically just like dumped me off. I'm like, no, like I literally asked you. Like, did you want to come place with me? You told me no. She was like, I'm not going to go with you and you hanging out like that. It was a whole thing. We kind of clicked back together, but for me, it kind of felt like, okay, well, I was friends with her first, and she don't like me being friends with her, I guess, so let me stop talking to this other girl. But there's a whole other situation with the other girl where she was kind of being weird about this one guy that I was talking to, and I had brought her over there because I always went over there to go bother him or whatever. She was being weird about him, like, you know how girls be when they like somebody, but they don't want to say they like somebody. And so she was like, she would take his phone, add herself on all his stuff. She would, like, every time we would go somewhere, like, we would go to the dining hall, she'd be like, oh, let's go see what so-and-so doing, or let's go so-and-so room, or something like that. So I just kind of felt weirded out by that. And I think, here's why I messed up, because one time, I felt like when I had brought her over there, because I was like, okay, you want to go? Let's go. I'm bored. Let's go. I brought her over there. She was all over the place over there. So I was just like, okay, well, you know what? See, I was trying to go. And she was not trying to go. So I was like, okay, well, I'm trying to go. You're not trying to go. So I'm just leave here. And so I left. And normally I would go back, but I fucked around and I did not go back. I went to my room, and I guess she was mad about that, which is kind of fucked up because, I mean, she kind of didn't know the guy. That's kind of shitty of me to do, but at the same time, like, you wanted to stay, I wanted to go. If you want to stay, stay. I'm not going to keep asking you to come on and you dilly-dally and like, no, I'm ready to go. So I left. I stopped talking to the girl or whatever, and me and Nacho started hanging out because at this time, I think Nacho was there, but Kim wasn't. And so me and Nacho, we started hanging out and stuff like that, but it was kind of never the same for me because I just felt like weirded out by the whole, like, you're going to tell me you don't want to be friends no more because I have another friend. It was just weird to me. And so me and Kim, I stopped talking to Kim so much because there was a whole, like, I don't even think she knew I know. Well, they made a joke about it, but after, like, there was this one situation where Kim, like, she would be on the phone with her friends from home, and I would kind of like chat with the girls or whatever. And when I would see them come up on my stuff on Instagram and stuff like that, I would be like, okay, I know this girl, let me follow her, whatever. It's nothing like serious for me. Instagram is nothing serious for me. Like, it's just, you see people that you know or you think are pretty or something and you follow them. Simple. The girl kept removing me as a follower, and then she screenshotted my page and sent it to Kim, and then wrote a whole paragraph talking about she's weird, talking shit about me pretty much. I'm like, now why does this girl feel comfortable talking shit about me to you unless you're talking shit about me to her? That's kind of what it felt like. And so I just kind of just distanced myself from Kim because I was just like, it's very weird. And so when Kim, she ended up leaving school for a bit, and I just found it kind of weird, like, her and Nacho, they would be talking, but when I would try to talk to Kim and stuff, I never really got a response like that. So when I adjusted with her, she was like, oh, I wasn't really talking to nobody, but I was like, you were talking to them. Or like, you would call them and she would call you and y'all would talk. But when I would try to call you or I would try to text you, I never really got a response. And so I stopped. And they were like, well, you stopped talking to me. Like, yeah, because I wasn't getting a response. I'm not going to beg somebody to talk to, like, I'm not going to beg somebody to talk to them. No. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. And that's what they wanted. And I wasn't doing it. And so, me and Nacho, I don't know. After that, me and Nacho, we just kind of weren't the same. Me and Kim, we rarely talked until Kim came back. And then we had that whole, like, thing or whatever. The second semester? The second semester, Nacho ended up leaving. And it was me and Kim. Me and Kim got close or whatever. And me and Kim, we started hanging out a lot more and stuff like that. And, you know, I kind of started, like, staying to myself, staying in my room and stuff like that. Because I didn't have a roommate. So, my room was mine. And me and Kim, like, we hung out. But it was never really, like, you know. And so, the main thing that kind of made me just, like, completely, distance myself from them instead of just, like, hanging out, like, I started staying in my room to myself, is because one night, Kim had called Nacho, and we were all, like, I was in the room with Kim. We was all chilling. We was all fried, just chilling. And they started asking questions or something like that. And one of the questions they asked, we was asking questions to each other. There was this guy that I was talking to, and he was trying to get at Nacho. Mind you, nobody said he was trying to get at her, I think, over the summer or the start of the school year or something like that, the second one. And nobody had told me nothing. Like, they watched me and this man had been involved with each other from before then until October. And nobody told me nothing. And so they're watching me cry over this guy, come to them asking for advice. The whole time they was kikiing about the fact that he was trying to get at her, and they knew. Nobody told me nothing. So we're all fried. They asking me questions. They were like, oh, who do you regret the most out of the guys? And they asked me about 3 guys. And I was like, all of them. Because, I mean, they're all weird. They was all trash. And they laughing, talking about some, you're lying. I was like, that's fucking weird. Like, y'all, like, I felt that was weird because it's like, y'all are kikiing about the fact, first of all, I don't play about my feelings. My feelings are very serious to me. And they knew this. So y'all are kikiing about the fact that basically I got fucking played. Y'all think it's fucking funny. But if I was laughing at y'all for when y'all got played, or then it would have been an issue. It would have been, oh, you're weird, you're this, you're that. And so it became like a thing, like, it was okay for them to do stuff, but when I did it, it was an issue. Like, even little shit like ordering food. They will order food for themselves, won't tell me nothing. But when I order food for myself, it became an issue. Oh, maybe it wasn't like a serious issue, but I felt it kind of weird that they would say something about it. And so another thing that kind of made me upset about the whole situation is because they were like making jokes about like the girls that we used to be friends with, and they knew Elle didn't like me. But if I make this very clear before even they stopped talking to Elle. I was like, if y'all want to stay friends with the girl, y'all can. I don't care. I don't have a problem with her. She has a problem with me, so it's up to her what y'all do with her. I don't have no issue. I told her we can be cordial, we can be chill, we can be this, They was talking shit about her, but then they was trying to talk about, they was talking about something, oh, I wish I had gave Elle the same chance that I gave D. I was like, what do you mean? You gave me a chance? You was mad that I had another friend. Like, that's from my perspective. That's what it seemed like. Like, you was mad I had another friend. And so I was like, you're saying all this, like, you know, I begged for your friendship or something, and this is not that. This is not that. So don't make it seem like that, because we could have stopped talking. But you were a close friend of mine. I'm not gonna sit here and just be like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna drop a friend. Like, it wasn't even that big of a deal to be, oh, I don't want to be friends no more over. Like, it was something petty and childish. So, of course, I'm going to try to talk to you about it, because that's what you're supposed to do. When it's somebody you care about, you talk to them. Don't try to make it seem like I was on my hands and knees crying, trying to be your friend again. Because, no, I just want to talk to somebody I considered a friend about what the issue was between us, so we can get back on good terms. Because that's a friend that I had. Was literally one of the only people I was friends with on that campus the entire time I was there. So I was not getting it. But the girls was just being weird. Like, this is not all like at the same time. This is just over the course of like the friendship, where it was just a bunch of weird stuff that happened. And so I was just slowly distancing myself from them. But I think in October I started talking to this one guy. And we ended up dating for maybe a little less than a year. And during that whole relationship, from my previous video, I got cheated on 15 times. Yeah, that's the guy that was cheating on me 15 times. And I think this is kind of what put them off for me, because when it comes to a man, I get real delusional. Especially, like, when it comes to his feelings for me. And so I was thinking, this man is so in love with me. He's never going to do me wrong. And the whole time, like, they're telling me, like, he's cheating, like, or something. Because he would just up and, like, ghost me sometimes. And I'm sitting there like, oh, no, he said he's going through something. He's going through this. He's going through that. But they're like, no, bitch, he's cheating. Like, you're dumb. And I'm sitting there like, you bitches are mean. Like, no, he's not. And so I guess they got sick of me not listening. And that's another problem I have. I am not a good listener. When it comes to my delusions, y'all just got to let me learn. Because I am delusional. Like, I cannot be saved. Okay, if I don't want to be saved, I'm not going to be saved. I just have to learn. And so I guess they was kind of sick of it. They was like, we keep telling this bitch the same thing. She not listening. She's stupid. We just going to let her ass get hurt. And that's how they was about it. We was cool, but they was just kind of like, whenever I would talk to them about him, they would never really be like listening, because they're like, bitch, it's the same thing every time. Like, shut up. And so that kind of just made me feel like, you know, I was already feeling weird about y'all. Now y'all feeling weird about me. What's kind of the point? So after I had broke up and cut ties with the dude, literally, I think it was around this time that I had started feeling like, okay, well, I'm not going to go back to school out there, because I was looking at transferring to school out in Texas. Might as well just stay home. Like, I had a good job, car, all that stuff. I wasn't broke. I had a plan. And so I was going to find a school in Texas and just stay there. And I told them, I'm like, y'all, I don't think I'm going to go. Plus, I was thinking about being a flight attendant too. And they was encouraging me to do it. They was like, you should go. You know, you have all this time to finish school. You know, if you want to be a flight attendant, try it out. If it doesn't work, you can come back to school at any time. You know, After, like, I had decided to, you know, not go back to school in Pennsylvania, but I was going to transfer to school out in Texas. Because I was just like, well, I don't really know if flight attendant is going to be, like, you know, something that I want to stay and do for the rest of my life. And so I was like, I do want to go back to school, because I did have a future for myself in mind. But, you know, I do want to try to explore my life a little bit, see what it's like, you know, get a feel of everything. And so I cut my ex off in November. And we were still talking, but it wasn't like, you know, I cut him off emotionally. We was trying to be friends or whatever. So after I think January is like when I officially like cut him off. And so after this, he started like doing weird shit. Like, y'all, when I tell y'all the last girl that he cheated on me with, he started dating her, I guess, or whatever. So he would like be posting stuff like, you know, showing that like he had a bitch or something like that, or he was talking to somebody else or something like that. So I was going making TikToks. I was like, because I know he was stalking my shit. And so I was like, okay, you know what? You're stalking. I'm gonna tease you. And so I made a TikTok talking about when you cut them off, when they try their hardest to make you mad, but they cut you off or something like that. And I guess the girls, because mind you, me and the girls, I had cut them off early January too. I told them I didn't want to end it on no bad blood. I didn't want to like fight or argue with them because they were still friends, like people I consider friends. But it's like it wasn't gonna work no more. Like it's kind of pointless to continue the friendship because I can't relate to nothing y'all called me about no more. I'm not going back to that school. It's nothing like, even if we did try, it's not gonna be like I'm gonna put in extreme effort to stay friends with y'all because it's nothing really that's keeping me there. Like I was already put off from y'all. Y'all was already being weird to me because y'all was put off from me. And then it's like there's nothing else that can keep us together because I mean I'm not there no more. Y'all aren't coming out here. What's kind of the point? I just told them like we're living different lives. We're outgrowing each other at this point. There's no reason for us to try to keep like fighting to keep the friendship together if there's no real need to. And they was mad about it, but I was like, I'm not gonna fight with y'all because I still consider y'all friends. I'm just not trying to be friends with y'all. And so they was mad about it. They was trying to go back and forth. I told them I don't care to go back and forth. And so after that, you know, it was nothing serious. But then, mind you, I still kept them on my socials because, again, I didn't want to end it on no beef. Now, if I did want to end it on beef, I would have blocked their ass. Because, I mean, why would I want people I don't like on my stuff? Or why would I want to see them? So, I just kept them, like, at a distance. And so, they saw the TikTok or whatever. And it's so crazy to me because I had made several other TikToks before then about the same guy. They took this one TikTok to heart and made it seem like I was coming at them. Like, I was trying to make it about them. And I'm like, no, this is not that. Like, y'all are delusional. Y'all are trying to make an issue where there is none. Because we didn't end the friendship on bad terms. Y'all don't know what to do with yourselves. Y'all are trying to find a problem where there isn't one. And I was telling them like this TikTok is not about y'all. Y'all took the one TikTok that y'all saw out of all the other TikToks that I made. Y'all took this one because y'all couldn't relate to the other ones because those were about niggas. This one is about a nigga too. Y'all just didn't want to make it about that. Y'all wanted to make it about y'all. And I'm trying to tell them like, what's really like the issue right now? And so we kind of like, that's where the all contact, all following, I blocked their asses. That's where it all ended because I'm just like, y'all are literally insane. This shit is crazy to me. Like y'all are trying to fight me over an issue that there is none. I told the girls, look, fuck y'all. I'm done being like trying to be cool with y'all. Fuck y'all. It's over with. And so since then, you know, it does get like sometimes I miss them, but I have to think at the end of the day, like the way they acted at the end of the friendship is basically like all the shit they were saying or trying to say about me is basically how they felt about me that whole time. They just didn't want to say it because they was trying to fake cool with me. Like, I didn't really have anything bad to say about them. Even though they was doing weird shit to me, never really even said nothing bad about them at the end of the friendship. I just told them, like, this is not going to work for me. Like, y'all are a lot closer to each other than y'all are to me. It makes me feel like a third wheel in the friendship. And it just does not work for me anymore. Like, I don't want to continue feeling like that. There's no other way that we can try to mend or make each other feel closer to each other. I'm not there. Like they said, I'm not there. So I'm like, what's the real reason for us trying to keep this friendship alive? I'm not coming out there. Y'all aren't coming out here. There's nothing else really we can do. So let's just keep cool and cordial. They did not want to end it like that. And so, yeah. Sometimes I miss them, but other times I just have to remind myself, like, the way they acted at the end of the friendship is really how they've been the whole time. I just, like, I kept it sprinkle covered because, you know, that was my friends. And so I tried, like, I texted them the other day to ask them, can I make this video? And, you know, I wanted to tell them, like, I wanted to talk to them about, like, the end of the friendship and stuff like that. But I kind of tried to, you know, tell myself, like, look, they already said what they needed to say. I said what I needed to say. There's nothing else that needs to be talked about with this friendship because, you know, everything that should have been said was already said in my eyes. So, yeah. And so I just got to stand on business with them. Like, you know, it's hard because making friends outside of school and work is really hard. And you try to, like, I try to think about, like, you know, if we were supposed to be friends, we would have stayed friends. There was, like, nothing that could have kept us staying friends either. So it's kind of like, you know, it is what it is at this point. So, I mean, like, regarding girls and guys, you just got to stand on business with all of them. Don't, like, even try to mend nothing that, especially if it ended badly, people try to talk bad about you and your name. Don't go back because it'll be a worst mistake. pushing yourself to a past point, making yourself go back to your past instead of moving forward and blossoming into a beautiful person. So yeah, thank y'all for watching my video. I hope that y'all enjoyed this little story time, and I hope to see y'all again soon. Thank you.